Go to Eli for a look at what's next at 5.
Heather, a carjacker caught in the act and the fight to keep him from getting away.
I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like that.
How car trouble brought this theft attempt to a stop. Plus, a home invasion turns deadly. What we're now learning about 2 people shot inside an Oklahoma home and stepping up the fight against illegal immigration.
This administration is creating more chaos, more havoc into a already overburdened system.
Right now at 5, the new policy and who's vowing to fight it. It's all right now.
You're watching Oklahoma's News 4 at 5.
Thanks for joining us at 5 o'clock on this Monday evening. I'm Eli Roberts.
And I'm Heather Holman, and we begin with a violent attempt to steal a woman's truck.
Tonight, the accused thief is locked up behind bars, and that person's arrest, it's the result of a manhunt in Clinton. That's where we find News 4's Chase Horn. And Chase, this went on for a long time. How exactly were police able to catch up with the suspect in the end?
Well, Eli, Heather, police say they had to set up a perimeter. They even brought in a K-9 unit before finally tracking the suspect down to Kmart. That's all after he caused quite a scene here at the Neptune gas station.
He acted kind of fidgety and nervous. He wanted to use the telephone. He said he had left his keys and his wallet in Nashville, Tennessee. I thought that was kind of strange.
Glenda Hand, the manager of the Neptune gas station, talking about the man now in jail for allegedly trying to steal a woman's pickup from the parking lot.
I couldn't believe it. I've never seen anything like that. It scared me. I didn't know what to do.
A security camera captured the heist Monday morning. Watch as a woman pulls up to the gas station and walks inside. Moments later, a man runs out and jumps into the driver's seat.
We noticed he was getting in her truck and he was going to drive off. But thank goodness it wouldn't go into gear. It's kind of hard to put into gear, so we're all yelling at him, "Get out of our truck!"
You can actually see the owner of the truck yelling at the suspect from the passenger door before he gives up and takes off. Police say the man first drove up to the gas station in a car with Tennessee tags. It hasn't been reported stolen, but police still want to find out if it was.
If you've got a stolen car and you're running from the law, and your car's disabled, you try to jump in the very next car that you can, and that's essentially what happened here.
As for the man's run from the law, it all came to an end hours later when an officer spotted him about a mile away at this Kmart. Police tell us they are still trying to identify the suspect because he did not have a driver's license on him at the time he was arrested. Live in Clinton, Chase Horn, Oklahoma's News 4.
Some people. Chase, thank you. Also new at 5, a man hit and killed by a train in Luther. It was early this morning when emergency crews rushed to the area of Highway 66 and Dobbs. That's where they found the man's body laying right on the tracks. And right now, police are not releasing that man's name until they've notified his family.
On Crime Watch, we're learning more about a deadly home invasion on Oklahoma City's northeast side. Police have now identified a man who was shot and killed as 46-year-old Marcus Huddleston. It was early Sunday morning near 25th and Prospect. Investigators say 2 men kicked in the door of a home, shot Huddleston and another woman. She was taken to the hospital, treated, and then released. So far, no arrests have been made. Also on Crime Watch, a storage unit broken into in the middle of the night. You are looking at new surveillance video from the business near Hefner and Broadway Extension. Cameras capture 2 people breaking a lock on a fence so a truck can drive through. Moments later, the pickup speeds away, hauling a stolen trailer and utility vehicle. Oklahoma City police are investigating. If you know something about this burglary, give them a call.
Around the state right now, it continues to be a very dangerous summer on Oklahoma's lakes. The Highway Patrol says an 18-year-old man from Texas drowned in northwest Oklahoma over the weekend. The body of 18-year-old Mario Sebastian Mejia was pulled from Fort Supply Lake on Sunday. Troopers say he was wading in the lake, fell off a jetty wall, went underwater, and he never resurfaced. Since the July 4th holiday, at least 7 people have drowned at lakes around the state.
It now costs more to drive on Oklahoma's turnpikes. A toll increase took effect today. However, it will only affect cash customers and not those with a Pike Pass. The toll hike is part of the Driving Forward program put in place by former Governor Mary Fallin 4 years ago. Officials tell us the money will go to fund turnpike expansion projects throughout the state. Getting Oklahomans online, there's a new effort to expand high-speed internet to more rural areas. The FCC has approved more than $69 million in funding over the next decade to expand broadband. According to the agency, this new push will impact more than 43,000 homes and businesses in more than 60 rural counties across the state. The FCC says high-speed internet providers will start receiving those funds this month.
From the Sky Center tonight, President Trump is calling weekend immigration raids a success, despite having little evidence to back it all up. And today, the White House announced a new policy affecting asylum seekers, which it's already drawing criticism. Here's NBC's Chris Pallone with the details.
President Trump insists a roundup of undocumented immigrants took place as planned over the weekend.
The ICE raids were very successful. People came into our country illegally. Many were felons. Many were convicted of crimes. Many were taken out on Sunday. You just didn't know about it.
But the president did not provide evidence for his claim, and a senior U.S. official told NBC News only a handful of the 2,000 targeted immigrants had been arrested.
It didn't have to start yesterday. The truth is it started a number of days before yesterday, but yesterday was very successful.
Earlier, the Trump administration announced new rules targeting people seeking asylum in the U.S. Starting Tuesday, immigrants who pass through Mexico to reach the U.S. must first apply for asylum there. Anyone who doesn't is ineligible for asylum in the United States.
And this is something America's been very generous about in the past, and yet it's being fraudulently abused right now, and it's part of what's causing the crisis at the border.
There's no indication Mexico has agreed to the new policy, and critics are already taking aim.
When it comes to immigration and asylum laws, this administration is creating more chaos, more havoc into a already overburdened system.
The American Civil Liberties Union says it will sue to block the policy from being implemented. Chris Pallone, NBC News.
And the new rule follows a Trump policy change that happened earlier this year. In that change, it forced some asylum seekers at the southern border to stay in Mexico while waiting for their cases to be heard instead of waiting right here in the U.S.
Also developing today, billionaire Jeffrey Epstein will stay in jail while a federal judge decides whether to grant him bail. Epstein was back in court today. He was charged with sexually abusing underage girls last week and has pleaded not guilty. Epstein's lawyers want the billionaire released on house arrest. However, prosecutors argue he is a flight risk. The judge in the case says he will announce a decision on Epstein's bail this Thursday.
We got lucky in our state, but the effects of Hurricane Barry are still being felt just east of Oklahoma. The system has weakened since making landfall on Saturday, and forecasters are warning of dangerous flooding in Mississippi and Arkansas. All of this comes as several areas in Louisiana are still underwater after getting 15 inches of rain over the weekend.
Across the state of Louisiana, 900,000 sandbags distributed. Never in our history have we done that before.
Obviously, we're gratified that we did not get the full amount of rain across Louisiana and the flooding that we had been told to expect.
It was a lot, and tonight power crews continue to work overtime as they restore electricity to thousands of homes and businesses throughout the area.
Well, coming up, it is a summertime delicacy in Oklahoma.
And tonight, Galen Culver is going in search of the recipe for success.
Thorns, snakes, ticks, and chiggers. Sean Dickinson knows why people don't like to pick sand plums this time of year and why he does. I'm Galen Culver on The Next Great State, picking with a professional. How to sweat for the sweet next on Oklahoma's News 4.